Hey. Ugh. So, my boy is getting better every day. He's now lost about 80% of his autistic traits. It's a thing of the past. It's something we need to go and remember to reflect on. He's doing well. Yesterday he was running around saying no, stop, within context, not just words. He used to just say words randomly. Now it's within a context of communication, of a conversation. No, stop, hello. He's pointing, he's going to the fridge, he gets out what he wants, he comes and shoves it in my face as if to say, hey, open this, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. It's nice to have that because killing ourselves financially and energetically and in every other physiological way, it's working. So I sat down today and I thought, okay, I know there's studies saying the longer you leave the vaccines, the better it is for a child, the less they have at a time, it's better for them. And I started to think about when did he actually have them, because it seems as though his autism is actually quite mild. It's severe, trust me, it's severe, but it's also quite mild, especially the fact that he's progressing so quickly through it and recovering and healing from it. And it turns out, yeah, on most of his vaccines I was a month late, which could have only have helped. Then I started to think about the day he got vaccinated, and I already knew the risks of vaccines. I'm well read. I'm well informed. I knew already that there were risks. But you think, well, it's not going to happen to me, not us. We're immune. So I already knew that the day I sat him down to get those injections. I was already nervous, anxious, and worried and aware. And I remember that none of the surgeries, the clinics that we went to, none of them gave me any information. I mean, the risk sheet that I had sort of said he may get a fever, he may have a headache, give a dose of Panadol, and also death. Well, let me tell you, in between death and a headache, there is a heck of a lot more symptoms that can and may be experienced by the patient. And I decided to call those clinics today and let them know really nicely, just, hey, listen, I'm angry and I'm upset. And I explained really nicely to the practice managers, to the office managers, exactly how I felt and exactly how I feel that yes, vaccines save lives and there's benefits to vaccines, and yes, they harm lives, and yes, they kill. And that I feel that not only are you presenting all the benefits of vaccines, but that you should be preventing the authentic risks, not just fever, headache, death. That's a big leap. There's a lot in between, a lot of shades of grey there. And I said, listen, that's something that I really think should be of high importance, that should be more transparent before people get their vaccines, so that people can go and make their own ethical, responsible, conscious choices about this subject. And, basically they blew me off. They pretended to be sympathetic, but they were basically going, oh, well, whatever, And, I mean, what can they do, really? If they go and speak out, they'll get hushed. Whether they get killed or lose their job or lose their license, whatever, they're not really allowed to ask their own questions anyway. I understand that. But, lucky us. We had the money to treat our boy. My boy's got every option, every opportunity. And he's coming through it. But you know what? That's never been enough for me. That what me and my family are okay, we're in a good place. I don't want to be in a good place if not everybody can be in a good place. How can I sit here on my couch watching Netflix, living my life? My kids do horse riding, my kids have 20 vitamins a day, and we're just so comfortable. It's not enough to just think of yourself. And I can't enjoy the fact that he's coming through his autism, because it's now 1 in 30, I've heard, 1 in 30 children are autistic, with predictions that by 2025, 1 in every 2 children will be autistic, 80% of them male. How can I enjoy? Okay, my son's recovered. What about the rest? This is a pandemic. It's not enough. It's not enough. And next Sunday I will be taking my boy and we will be protesting in Brisbane against mandatory vaccinations. And I will never stop. Even if he's recovered, this will never stop being important and relevant. And it should be important and relevant to everybody. Unfortunately, the way the world is, and in my life in particular, it doesn't become important and relevant, not really, until you're personally affected. And I don't want that. That's what happened to us.